Hello, Derek.
Hello, Nathan. How are you today?
Not bad at all. Thank you very much.
I am glad to hear that. I'm genuinely glad to hear that. I'm glad that somewhere out there Nathan is happy.
Well, listen, not bad is what I said. I didn't say happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. You know what I'm trying to do today is I'm trying to set up a Weibo account. It's a Chinese social media account.
I set up one for Korea. It's a little difficult. Like, I understand it a little bit, but...
Holy... So, the folks over there have been kind enough to send me, like, photos with step-by-step instructions, but if anything goes wrong, a message comes up, and it's in Chinese, and now I'm stuck.
I assume you just launched some kind of missile somewhere is what happened.
It's slow going, but the missiles are coming.
And this is for, I believe you're going to Shanghai for another Comic-Con, correct?
That's correct. Shanghai is next on the list, and then after that is Brisbane and Adelaide. I'm not sure if that's the order, though. It might be the other way around.
Well, this is quite a job to essentially go and visit places where you're adored and then get to travel the world at the same time.
I absolutely love to travel, and for the past 8 years have been somewhat limited as to what I could do and where I could go as far as distance and time spent and all that. But this year I've been to Stuttgart, Berlin, Moscow. I've been to Dominican Republic. I've been all over the place and loving it.
Can I ask, what are Nathan Fillion's travel tips? What are your tips?
I always like to wear something classy but comfortable on an airplane. I think people, when you dress up for an airplane ride, I think it improves the ride when you don't dress like a slob.
Yeah, what happened to the days when people used to dress in suits to fly the airways?
Exactly. When travel was a to-do, was an event.
Right.
Yeah, I try to be up on the travel part of it. The journey is, the bigger part. Also, I bring little Purell or like wipes, little anti-disinfecting wipes, and I wipe down my seat area, my handle grips, the little controller, the touch screen, anything I'm going to touch, the table. I wipe everything down because that doesn't get cleaned so good.
Right. They needed some kind of an invention where they have like the toilet little dainty things you can just put on a whole seat. It covers the whole seat, so you can just sit down on it without it. I understand, and that's the number one worry when I travel is, am I going to be sick the first week after? And that's one thing that I've talked to con people before is meeting so many people, touching so many hands, saying hello, being around those areas. Being sick is almost part of the job sometimes.
Yeah, you have to be careful. It's like being an elementary school teacher. It's everybody's, you got all these, you're touching everybody all the time. Hand sanitizer is a big one. And then you have jet lag, which I combat with a combination of coffee and naps.
Oh, well, good for you, sir. And good for you on this new game, can I say. Con Man the game, which is a lot of fun. I've been playing it, and I've gotten to level 16, which it's somewhat of a brag in the time I've created so far. So
well done, very well done. I'm going to tell you a couple of hints that I've learned from people online, from my brother. If you put Ray's what's this called? His booth. If you put Ray's booth near the front door, you can have more people frequent it when they arrive in droves. And when Jack Moore comes, he can come straight to the booth, to Ray Nearly's booth.
Oh, see, that's good to know. That's a good tip.
And I think there's a little bug in the game. My brother found out when there's an alien attack. If you save the Ray Nearly party, the giveaway party with the little disco globe, you save that for when the aliens attack. The party scares away the aliens.
Really?
That's for you.
All right. Well, thank you. And that's for everyone playing the game as well. Now, what made you guys think that we're going to go from our series and make this into a game? I mean, what made you think that, like, look, everyone here is characters, and people should be able to play these people?
Imagine three guys with some big dreams sitting in a room, and one guy's got a great idea for this series, and he's actually writing it, and we're talking about actually making it, and it's moving along. Things are moving along, and then we decide to go crowdfund because the people we were looking for to produce it didn't respect the genre. We were looking for people who wouldn't talk down to our audience, which is, this is who we're making it for. So we wanted to make sure it was in good hands, and we figured the hands of the fans are the best hands there are. You're sitting around in a room and saying, okay, listen, the chances are, let's just be safe. Let's be safe about it and smart about it. Let's make 3 episodes. That's what we want people to see this thing. Let's make 3 episodes. That's our goal. If we make more, we have these push goals. And if we made this much, we could make this many episodes. If this much, we started doing our push goals, and then we started dreaming, and then it started kind of getting bigger. And what if we did a comic book? That'd be cool. What if we had a game? Oh my God, that'd be so awesome that people could get on their phone and be connected to Con Man in a funny way at all times. And that was just dreaming big. And then when we got our funding so very quickly, then we realized we were going to have to deliver and actually do something about making a game. And then it became about what would the game be about. We didn't think that far ahead. We just thought game.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I thought I lost you there for a second. Actually, one thing I wanted to ask, I'm pretty positive that Joss Whedon is the janitor, correct?
Listen, that he bears a striking resemblance to what some people may call a brilliant writer and, director and producer in command of actors at all times and, always in charge. And now he's, delegated to cleaning up garbage. That might just be a coincidence.
Well, it is one thing, though, the fact that he is the most used character in the game as well, though.
Yeah, you can't get along without him.
Yeah, no, the trash, everything breaks, everything happens.
Yeah.
Joss to the rescue is what
nothing happens without that guy on staff, right?
Now, this game, when you get a chance to, first show it off and you're playing it, what was your first thought when you got a chance to see the actual working? Because it's, you've seen, like anything else you work on, you've seen, that you do dailies and you get to see something, but the final product is, kind of just uplifting because you know what you made.
I found it very satisfying to watch it unfold as you proceed along. I found very satisfying that when opportunities open up to you, you can now explore new avenues of your business, and then finding out little secrets like, oh, it works better if I do this, or if I keep stutter on the floor at all times, I'm not going to have any alien attacks. When you start learning the intricacies of it, and then they start becoming old hat to you, then an update will come along, and then now you can kind of go a little deeper in. I like the way it unfolds in front of me.
Now, are you visiting these new cons in these new countries and thinking of new possible characters or options or things all along the way?
Do you mean for the game or for Con Man itself?
Maybe both.
We always share ideas about Con Man, about stories. We always share stories about our experiences at cons. But Alan's vision is so entirely complete. He has created a world that this character Ray Nearly lives in. And he's done a really wonderful job. It is a very unified vision, the way he puts it all together. I step back from that arena because Alan has it handled quite deftly.
I agree. I've watched episodes, and no one can put down Alan and like himself, I would say, probably more.
Right, exactly. And what Alan doesn't need is Nathan Fillion coming along and going, does it have to be a convention? What if? Yeah.
You're going to a place. You're going to China, which is not only a hallmark for just mass population, but I would think just a different environment altogether to see. I don't know if Alan ever joins you in some of these other conventions as well, but there's I'm sure opportunity abounds with the amount of people and different kinds of people you meet.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing I love about going to a place where the population is more dense, I feel like, I might appeal to maybe 7% of the population. I might have some kind of appeal for Nathan Fillion, or it might be Nathan Fillion might appeal to 7% of the population in some way, shape, or form. You go to a place with more population, 7% just becomes more people, and then that makes me happy.
The numbers game. Hey, I'm from Vegas. The numbers game is what matters.
I don't know a lot about math and numbers, but that much I do know about fans.
You know what? That's true for a lot of actors I found, but that's okay because you know what? Just stay pretty.
We have people do math for us.
Yeah. Now I want to ask too. Are you looking forward to like different iterations of this game going forward? You know, no game stands alone as just the first build. You know, there's going to be so many things coming out. Are you kind of excited for almost the dailies of video game ideas?
Yeah, absolutely. I love that there are games within the games. I love that there's the plotting and the planning of your actual convention and how things are going to work out. That kind of strategic and aesthetic. I started with a real aesthetic in my con. It's really kind of fallen apart aesthetic-wise as the bigger booths come in. But what was the question, Derek?
You know what? Let's just move on to. Let's just move on. You know what? You know, if you were trying to put something together, it means you were almost going to be like, let's play the interview game, the junket game. You know that game where it's like, I got the canned answer. Let's go. Let me fucking fit in a word in here.
Well, I was trying to remember where I was going. Oh yeah, the game within the games, because then you get the action bits as far as playing against the aliens. You get some other like now you got to look up, you got to stop everything and look all around for a sick guy's pills. That's like, to me, that's like, I think that's the part that's actually most like my real life. It's the part I don't enjoy the game, like trying to find something I lost. It's a very frustrating feeling for me, and I experience it every time that damn kid loses his pills.
Right. Now you're going to China, which has a lot of money for movies these days in Hollywood, but also they do a lot of commercials. Anything that you would be okay with promoting? Like if they're like, we're going to give you this much money, we want you to dance and do this, or do you have any fun like interview shows that we've seen possibly that might be coming up for you in China?
I would promote, if I had my druthers, I would promote any kind of futuristic-looking car, electric car, motorcycle, anything futuristic, self-balancing, anything that ushers in the future, I'm in for. Also, Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. Well, that's one that's going to hold true.
Yeah, let's hope.
Now, you are someone who has dressed up many times. Is there any Halloween plans in the future for you? Any costumes, perhaps?
You've just reminded me I have to RSVP to a costume party. I forgot all about it. Thank you for reminding me.
Sure.
There's a couple of parties I have kind of staked out. I'm recycling last year's costume because I only got a chance to wear it one night, and I worked really, really hard on it. So I'm going to recycle last year's costume and just go to a different party. It's
that prom dress you only used once. You got to use it again.
That's the thing.
Yeah, my number one that I always try to go to, I've only been once, is Dick Van Dyke's party in Malibu.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he does a big thing with his whole community where he invites the people around him. So just put that on your list for 2017 for sure.
That's fantastic. Does anybody go dressed as Bert from Mary Poppins?
You know what? I don't remember seeing it, but I'm sure it has to happen. I think it has to be the whole family. I'm sure there's someone dressed as the merry-go-round horses.
Just everybody should go dressed as like different characters Dick Van Dyke has played throughout the years.
Right, but the problem is at his age, you might think something's wrong.
He's kind of going.
Something's wrong. I'm scared.
I'm having an episode.
Now, moving forward with you, you have your voice is always found in many, many places. But one of the things coming up is Henchman, Captain Superior.
Yes.
Can you talk about voicing that character?
You know, I've found a number of niches in my career that I fit into quite nicely. So when people say, hey, we have someone who is vain and kind of stupid and really into himself but doesn't know he's vain and stupid. Nathan Fillion, perfect.
Well, that's a bullet point that you want on the resume, I want to say.
That's just one of the things that, when you need that guy, there's a list of guys you can call, and I'm on that list.
Well, your Green Lantern is fantastic as well. Is there anything coming forward in the video game or perhaps the cartoon world with your voice attached to it?
I am going to be I just did some more Destiny. I think there's going to be an update on Destiny that you can look forward to hearing more Gate 6 from. And they just released a Nissan commercial where Alan Tudyk and I are working together yet again because of a Nissan / Star Wars crossover.
A Star Wars crossover. Now, is that a possible hint of you going into a new galaxy far, far away, perhaps, in some way or form?
In the commercial I say, take on any galaxy, and that actually, I think, kind of spans, here we have Firefly meeting the Star Wars galaxy. I think that's fair game.
Well, also fair game. You brought up the word galaxy, so let's go Guardians of the, while we're in that same where. We know Simon is going to be part of this new film. We've seen some little glimpses, some posters, some things are happening. The star is born.
Simon Williams, you mean?
Simon Williams, sorry. Williams,
yes.
Yeah, Simon Williams. So my question is, do you get to power up?
Do I get to power up in the new Guardians movie? So here's what I have a prepped answer for this one. When James Gunn says, will you come do a little cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy? I say, yes. Then he says, will you keep your mouth shut about it till the movie comes out? To this I say, also yes.
Okay. Well, and he's the only one who can give away. Him and the producer is the only one who can actually give away anything at any time in any way or shape or form. So
exactly.
I was expecting that. Can I ask you this though? Is there an action figure of you coming out attached to this by chance?
Not to my knowledge.
I'm sure Funko will throw something out there. We'll get a pop toy or something. I'm sure.
We'll see. And if they don't, people tend to make them on their own.
Yeah, that seems a little scarier. Like if someone's at home currently, brushing back a Nathan Fillion doll they made out of I don't know what, with human hair and some other things.
Yeah, human hair is always the go-to, right? When you make it a creepy doll.
The go-to.
But I got to tell you, I've had some little action figures and dolls and whatnot crafted of my likeness. I've seen some pretty wicked, awesome talent, and if someone who's awesomely talented wants to make a little something, if you want to throw me in that mix, I'm all for it.
Well, and that's the premise of one of the Con-Man episodes too. Alan's character gets his own.
He finally gets his own action figure. Yes,
his own action figure. Yeah. So if your action figure had a move, what kind of? You had the Kung Fu grip out there. What exactly would you want your action figure to do?
Let me see. My action figure would. What would be my action figures? I wouldn't want it to be a salute or a wave.
Maybe like a Fonzie hand through the hair or something.
Oh, yeah, hand through the hair or, open up for a hug. Maybe it's a hugging motion.
That's a good one. Yeah. Come here. Like a bro hug.
Yeah, man hugs.
Can I just say I love Rain or Shine, the Modern Family, too.
Thank you very much. Again, the vain guy who doesn't know how dumb he is. It's my niche.
It is, and it was played pretty well, I got to say. I had so much fun watching that. Now there are things that they're talking about as well out there in the universes of Hushes. Is there a possibility of ever a Wizard of Oz prequel people are talking about? Is that something that people are mentioning, or is that just something someone made and then other people just retweeted?
Yeah, that's one of those internet rumors that I find out through my mom and her Google searches. That's how
does your mom have a Google alert on you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, my mom is my Google alert. I don't think she knows how to work Google alerts.
Well, let's just hope she never finds any fan
fiction. I've already told her not to read that stuff.
Oh my God! Yeah, there's probably some. Have you read any of your fan fiction? Can I ask?
In the beginning, after Firefly was up on the air and whatnot, and the internet was just kind of starting the message boards. Those things were just coming into fashion.
Well,
people are starting to use those.
It's still a pretty strong brand. I'm guessing people are still out there typing away those words in sonnets. Not to
They
well.
still are. They still are. But after the first couple I read, I said, I don't think this is for me, because it's just sometimes it paints a picture you can't erase.
Well, let's just hope it doesn't go to con man, because it's just going to end up being you and Alan probably.
There you go.
Well, I look forward to playing more of this game. I look forward to seeing you in Guardians as well. And more importantly, I look forward to you finding the next thing that you want to have fun with. The traveling is a thing I recommend to everyone, so I'm happy that you are doing it. But if there's anything out there that you're going to do, whether it's acting, producing, if you're going to pick up a lute and start to play, let us know.
Thank you, Derek.